Welcome to WRTR Real Talk Radio. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests
and do not necessarily reflect the views of any affiliated organizations or institutions. This podcast is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered legal, financial, or professional advice.
While we strive to provide accurate and up-to-date information, we make no representations or warranties of any kind, express or implied, about the completeness, accuracy, reliability, or availability with respect to the podcast or the information, products, services, or related graphics contained in the podcast.
Any reliance you place on such information is strictly at your own risk. In no event will we be liable for any loss or damage, including, without limitation, indirect or consequential loss or damage, or any loss or damage whatsoever arising from loss of data or profits arising out of or in connection with the use of this podcast.
By listening to WRTR Real Talk Radio, you acknowledge that you understand this disclaimer and agree to its terms. Enjoy the show.
WRTR Real Talk Radio. Featured guest DJs, original shows, music news, the hottest DJs from around the world.
You know how, like, depending on whose house you go to, Uno is played different?
Yeah.
So if I go to your house, you may play it by the book. But if I go to Tiggerman's house, then they may say you can stack, even though the rules say that you can't stack, but you're going to stack anyways because that's just what the fuck we do. I feel like that's where we living right now in America. We just making shit up as we go. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, depending on who you ask and what time you ask them, they may be down with the shits. They may or may not. Don't you kind of feel like that?
Yeah. Honestly, that's how some, most people, I'll say, are getting through. Just taking it day by day and just,
white people are like, well, it's fun when you forget the rules and play it this way. And anyways, with that mind fuck, we welcome you to a new week here on WRTR Real Talk Radio.
Indeed.
Thanks for joining us again. I'm Marcus Smoot.
My name is Miss Lyric Bravado. What's going on, y'all?
Miss Lyric, tell me how you feeling. How was your week? Tell us all about it.
My week wasn't as chaotic as last week, but I've been struggling a little bit.
Last week.
I've been struggling a little bit though with school, and I'm gonna tell you why. I feel like I only have one course this month. But the professor that I have, she's been ungraded. She's been grading me unfairly, I feel like. Well, I know.
Okay.
Well, every week we have to do like discussion post.
Okay.
And depending on the instructions, they have a word minimum. Well, she knocked points off of mine for saying that I didn't meet the 150 word minimum. Yet when I double checked it, I actually gave 209 words. So where's the disconnect, sis? I'm gonna need you to change my grade. And it was so far-fetched that for that portion, I got an 89. And I'm just like, how so? I screenshot it with the word count right there and sent it to her. Absolutely not. I'm not going to accept it. And then week 2, because I'm on week 3 right now. Week 2, we had to do like some sort of weird like spreadsheet thing. She gave me 3 zeros for like separate sections, even though it's clear that I did them. She put not attempted. And I'm like, what is this lady on? And is it crack? It's got to be crack.
You followed up with her? What you said?
I absolutely did. She hasn't said anything yet, so I'm waiting on that reply. If I do not get a reply, I'm going over your head because I feel like, and I did not know this was a thing, but there are actually professors out there that will know what your grade point average is and deliberately try to do this to students.
Oh wow! They will like fuck with your 4.0 and
yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Especially if you are, and the professor is a white woman. So I fell away. I haven't had this problem at all. Like y'all know, I have a straight 4.0. I've had discussions in each class that I've had. No professor has ever docked me for anything when it came to that. So I'm like, what's the issue here? Because we can have a problem. I'm gonna know how to fix it. So maybe I'll say I've been having like an irritated and disappointed type of mood this week, because why are you doing this? And why are there people that do this? That's crazy to me.
I don't know. I'm going to wait to, drag her until, she, I guess, responds, or if she doesn't respond, then we can drag her. But I don't know. But I have noticed that, in a society that seems to want to build this system of meritocracy, of where you earn the shit that you have, it's just getting a lot more obvious that the people qualified are.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I've had an issue with. But other than that, I've been getting sleep, child. I've been getting good sleep, good sleep, well rested.
I actually have too. I guess those of y'all that know already, I'm writing a book. What are you looking at?
Outside. Is it windy out there? I've been listening to the wind all night. It's been freaking me out.
No, I have not. The weather has been, I don't know, this weather, it ain't been consistent, but I don't know what the hell is going on. No, they did say storms are supposed to happen all week. So
yeah, okay.
Or on and off throughout the week. I don't know. Shit, it changes from day to day. Anyways, like I was saying, this book writing thing that I'm doing, listen, it is forcing me down a rabbit hole of mental shit. And without getting too, much into it, I mean, it's basically the story of me, nerdy little fag from West Virginia. So it's like layered, and a lot of it is just me. It's like my hug to other, people in marginalized situations, other people in the queer community. When I tell you that this has been draining,
but is it a good? It seems like it's a good therapy for you, though. Too.
It is. It feels good to get out. It does. It feels good to kind of just write the things out that you are feeling, and then kind of make it all come together. So, look forward to that, listeners. Hopefully you guys will support me as you have with this podcast. There's a lot more to my story than meets the eye. So I'd like to share that with y'all, but it's going to take some vulnerability I don't know that I am ready for. Because, like when you write your shit out, of course, everybody wants to go through it. Of course, everybody wants to read it. Then people want to pick shit out. Then people want to act like shit. No, that's just too much. But
here's the thing. Let people read it, but don't change a thing. Because this is your story to tell, and it is your words. And unless they're correcting grammar or something like that, don't change your story for nobody. Don't take nothing out. Be as transparent as you are.
Well, that's why I plan on just releasing the book before I, let niggas write it. Because usually people will be like, "Oh, read this. Tell me what you think." Blah 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 blah. I'll do that in excerpts, but I'm not. Anyways. What you want to be like when you grow up, Miss Lyric?
I got a good one. I sure do. Okay. Let me go to my little notes. Okay.
Notes app be saving me.
I want to be like Baltimore's own.
Oh no.
Dr. Michael Zalakoffer.
Okay.
He is a Black doctor who for decades has been taking care of one of Baltimore's poorest neighborhoods, never letting money stand in the way of his treatment. He was diagnosed with cancer. The community that he's always looked out for has come together and raised $100,000.
You know what? Oh, now that you mentioned that, I have heard about it. Okay, yep. Shout out to Baltimore, because when you said Baltimore, I kind of got scared there for a minute. Especially with this thing. No, I'm playing. Oh, is that the picture?
Yep, that's Dr. Z.
Yeah, I did hear people talking about it on and off, but I did not know the intricacies. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So you remember This is a follow-up from a few shows back when I said I wanted to be like the people on the Hillman Talk accounts. You remember that?
Yes, I'm sorry. Airplane was just flying real low to the house.
Listen, you gotta be you get in the basement now, because see, Airplane's been wilding lately, especially under this administration. Get in the basement.
Right. It's
Jesus
weird.
Christ. All right. So, like I said, the Hillman Talk. Do you remember those creators I was talking about?
Yes.
Well, they've leveled up like Lyric and the Band this week. So when I grow up, I want to be like the UNCF and Hillman educators who are leading the charge in bringing the digital Black education movement to Congress. Now, in a recent collaboration, the United Negro College Fund, the UNCF, has teamed up with Hillman educators to push for essential funding and resources aimed at enhancing Black education in the digital age. So this partnership aims to address the educational disparities that many Black students face. And, it advocates for a comprehensive approach to education that includes technology access and culturally relevant teachings. In addition to teaching all of the dopeness that they've been teaching, they're also taking it a step further to make this like an actual curriculum. So you remember how I said people were given college credits for it before?
Yeah.
Well, now they're taking it to Congress to where this can actually be a thing. And with this world turning into what I see it turning into, where our educational, I guess, endeavors are going to be limited, these kinds of things will be not only accessible, but they are also like, they'll be dope for us and by us. So again, y'all continue to impress me with these movements that we are making as a society on the side. It's not just the stuff that's blatantly happening, because you hear a headline, you hear a news story all day, every day about what that orange man is doing. But what you're not seeing is shit like this that is taking place behind the scenes that, kind of warming my heart. So, all good. Letters? Anybody?
Let's get it.
All right. If it were Lyric, up next.
They say nothing in life is certain except for death and taxes. But what they don't tell you is that most of these taxes that we're paying right now were never supposed to be permanent. You heard me. The government introduced them as temporary solutions and then just never got rid of them. Let's talk about how they played us. Again. Back in 1861, the government needed money for the Civil War, so they created the first ever federal income tax. But don't worry, because they said it was only temporary. And to be fair, they actually did repeal it in 1872. Sounds like they did the right thing, right? Nah, it's the U.S. government we're talking about. Because in 1913, they brought it back for good. And at first, it seemed harmless. Just 1% for regular folks, and up to 7% for the ultra-rich. But then boom, war, depression, more war. And suddenly, everybody was paying income tax forever. You ever notice how every big war comes with a temporary tax? And yet, when the war is over, the tax is still there? The Social Security tax in 1935. Originally just to help retirees. Now, it takes a chunk out of every paycheck and still won't cover most people when they retire. I don't even plan to see mine. The World War II Victory Tax from 1942. This one was supposed to expire after the war ended. Instead, it extended federal income tax to almost every working American. The telephone tax in 1898. That was a temporary tax meant to fund the Spanish-American War. That war lasted 4 months. The tax, it lasted 108 years. Back in 1932, they added a 1 cent per gallon gas tax. That was supposed to temporarily help with the Great Depression budget. Just 1 year. They said just 1 year. Now the federal gas tax is 18.4 cents per gallon. And some states have tacked on their own fees too. And guess what? Your roads are still trash. Where's the money going? That's the real question. Now you think we'd learn our lesson, right? But look around. Student loan payments, they were paused for years. But the second they could restart them, they did. Meanwhile, billionaires are paying less taxes than you. And here's the punchline. Every time they introduce a new tax, they tell us the same lie. It's just for now. But if history's taught us anything, they never let go of a revenue stream once they get their grubby hands on it. So the next time the government tells you the tax is temporary, just remember, so is the income tax, the gas tax, and the war taxes. And now we're stuck paying for all of them. But if you think they won't do it again, you're not paying attention.
Maybe not what you should do, but definitely she would. If it were Lyric.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your girl, Miss Lyric, and I'm back with my segment, If It Were Lyric, where I discuss you guys' relationships, situationships, friendships, and everything in between. If you want to continue to get your advice letters heard and answered, please send them to my Gmail at lyricbravado@gmail.com. Now, let's get into the tea.
Oh, you going first? Cool.
Yes. This first one is real quick. All right, and it's anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
And it reads, Dear Lyric, I can't seem to fix a problem with my significant other. What's the problem, you ask? Dead bedroom.
Cool.
I have a high sex drive. His is low. It goes a little beyond that, though. I've asked for casual touches and foreplay. It's been 2 years, and he acts like he's scared of my body and doesn't know how to pleasure me. Half of me doesn't want to seem like all I care about is sex. But the other half of me thinks that if it's been this long and I've been open about my wants and needs, he really doesn't love me enough to stay in this relationship if he can't change. We live together and we live paycheck to paycheck. But child, the lease is up in May. So how can I make steps to leave him and not cause a whole bunch of drama? It sounds to me like you about done. Anyway, now normally I would say, have you had a conversation to ask him why? You telling somebody, you know, what you like is one thing. But have you took the steps to show him when you guys have initiated
Hanky panky?
Sometimes you have to teach people how to pleasure you, showing them. And it just sounds to me like, as far as what you've written, you've just told him what you liked, and that's really not the same thing. Some people learn different. And honestly, I'm not saying that to be funny. People do learn different. Like, some people are visual, some people are auditory, some people are more hands-on. And if you're telling him and he's not getting it, maybe you should have tried another means to teach him. But it sounds to me like that is over and you're done. So just tell him. Because now it seems like you acting scared, like you scared to tell him. What you scared he gonna not want to pay you rent? Hey, tap in if you want to tap in.
I kind of do, only just a little bit. Okay, so again, I do agree with the whole let's have a conversation about it. I do, because what happened? Is there something that happened that stopped this? Is there something that's going on? Is it you? Do you have an unpleasant aroma? I knew you was no, and I'm not being.
I was gonna get there, but you beat me to it. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm just saying, like, conversations need to be clearly had, and I don't mean all y'all about to go to your pussy snake. I'm not going there. I'm talking more so like it can be different things. Like, I've been with people intimately that were fine as fuck. There was this one motherfucker I walked past in downtown Baltimore that I saw years ago. But the only thing that I could remember was the way his armpit smelled. And that was a turnoff to me. So it could just be in that. And person's not a bad person at all. He's not bad. But it's just the fact that I have that memory, that thought, that kind of feeling. So those kinds of things can really lead to a little lack of fun back there in the love department.
And see, that's what I meant by asking him why, because it could be something like that. Or he's just inexperienced and maybe he's embarrassed about it. Or maybe he had something traumatic happen to him. Like maybe he's been touched inappropriately by an older woman or somebody in his family or something, and it's something putting a block. It could be something like that.
Yeah,
but it seems to me like you don't really care to have a conversation because you feel as though you spent enough time on it. And if that's the case, that's fine. That's your decision. If you feel like you no longer want to be in a relationship with somebody, wash your hands. But tell him, have the decency to have a conversation with him. Tell him why you feel the way, and tell him that you would rather, when the lease is up, you go your separate ways. But don't draw it out and wait until the lease is up and he's thinking that y'all about to move into another place, and come to find out you done left him high and dry and then ghosted him and changed your number. Right. Don't do that to people, because you're just going to add unnecessary trauma to another person, which of course transfers on to other people, because that's just how it goes. So just do the right thing and tell him now that's how you feel, so he can start his healing process and make other preparations to find himself another home, and you can do the same thing as well. And that's my advice for that.
All righty. Well, that one wasn't about stinking pussy, but this one is. All right. Hey, Lyric. I hope you both are doing good. Thank you for the podcast. It's a break from the others I listen to. Here's my question for If It Were Lyric. For the letter, my name is Dick, a guy in my mid-30s, and I've been with this amazing woman you can name Mary, in her late 40s for just over 2 years now.
Dick and Mary.
Yes, absolutely. Because it's our listeners. Anyways, we built a solid connection, lots of fun adventures, deep convos, and even that time we got lost on a hiking trail but ended up discovering a hidden waterfall, that type of corny-ass romantic shit. But here's the thing. Mary has 2 cats, and let's just say they might as well be the furry overlords of her apartment. Don't get me wrong, I'm a cat person, but these 2 are a whole different ballgame. They treat my belongings like their personal scratching posts. I swear I've seen them eyeing my favorite hoodie like it's a fresh canvas for their art. And the smell, my nigga, it's like a catnip-infused cologne that lingers long after I left. I'm dodging litter box landmines like it's an Olympic sport when I'm over there. I'm half expecting to find a sign that says, leave your nose at the door. Now, Mary and I have been talking about moving in together, but I'm genuinely worried that her cats might be a deal breaker. Just when I thought it couldn't get any more complicated, one of the cats recently escaped. I figured out where it might be hiding when I was asked to help her find it. And I'm torn between telling her and letting it be. On one hand, I want to help her find a little furball turd, but in the other hand, I know if I bring it up, it might just lead to more cat chaos in my life. So, Lyric, what would you do? Would you come clean about the cat and potentially open a can of furry worms, or keep quiet and let that situation unfold? I'm really stuck here, and I know it sounds bad, but I know y'all feel me. Thanks for your help, and may the cat gods have mercy on my soul. All the best, Dick.
Now you know you dead ass wrong. Tell her where that damn cat is at. Why would you? See, that's what would piss me off. This is what would piss me off. Okay. That's just like if I lose my car keys or I lose a personal belonging and somebody knows where it's at, but still helps me try to find it, yet you know where it's at. Don't make me feel like a crazy person when you know where my shit is at. Just tell me, like, don't do that.
But it's very smelly pussy.
Okay,
and he wants the pussy gone.
I get it, and that's another conversation y'all need to have. First of all, me and smells don't get along, and if I walk into your house, if I don't say anything, my face gonna say it. My face is gonna tell on me immediately.
We built our friendship off of somebody's funky house.
I'm like, what is that?
Yeah,
like maybe you need to start, because what's going on is she's used to that smell. When you come in, you're noticing an odor. She done sat so long in that smell. She done got accustomed to it.
Oh, no.
You need to tell her. Like,
girl, you stink.
What's
baby,
up with
you stink.
I smell them wafting throughout the hallway before we walk in this joint. You need to do something about it.
Alone. Yikes.
Yeah.
Woo.
That's called being a responsible pet person. Clean up after your animals. I cannot stand an irresponsible pet parent.
I can't stand
Especially
no
the ones out
smell.
here.
Woo.
I be wanting to tussle with them all the time. If you have a dog and you walk your dog, pick up after your dog. Okay? Why are you just letting that joint shit on the sidewalk where people got to walk at and you just leave it there and just go in like nothing ever happened? You're trifling. Stop doing stuff like that. I can't stand it. I would definitely say something to her about that, especially if y'all making plans to move in with each other. Like, yeah, she's not going to get rid of them cats just because y'all got together.
Yes, but they found a waterfall. They found a hidden waterfall and lived happily ever after with, one less cat.
No. A conversation needs to be had about them cats before y'all move in.
Okay.
Because, all that's going to do, and if you decide to move in, you're going to start resenting her. And it's going to be downhill relationship.
Maybe you should.
Then the next time the cat gets lost, which I'm saying lost because it's real easy to open that door and let the cat just roam. Which I feel like you would do.
Oh God!
Have a conversation with that girl and let her know. Look, you need to clean up after your cats, and we need to have a conversation about them and you maintaining them better if we're going to move in together.
Right.
Period. Y'all be acting like y'all scared to talk to people. Y'all not scared to swap fluids, but y'all scared to conversate.
Swap fluid? Ugh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. It baffles me how many people are not scared to have sex with people after an hour of meeting
them. No, that's really cheap. Like, honestly.
You know what I'm saying? How y'all not scared of that, but y'all scared to like have a real conversation with somebody. No. Conversation needs to happen. Communication is key. You just have to. You have to. And it would solve 99.9 of y'all problems if y'all just talk, speak up. And even if the other person is not wanting to hear that or receptive at the time, at least you got your point across. And when at least they are aware of how you feel. Y'all got to do that. Like, come on now. Yeah, that's my advice for this week. You guys continue to send them to my Gmail at lyricbravado.com.
Lyricbravado at gmail.com.
Yes, that's what I meant. You know why? I just posted my website on my Facebook because I have not done that yet. So I posted it. I sent it to you, but I posted it live yesterday on my Facebook, so people can go.
Congratulations! What kind of stuff do we expecting over there?
Well, I still have to get some pictures done and stuff like that of me by myself and then of the band. But other than that, just updates of when and where we have shows and stuff like that, where you can find the music. That's basically it. And updates about new music because I'm about to start recording my live recordings in a couple weeks in this place called in Arlington. So I'm excited about that. So
be careful in Arlington recording shit. You know, they delete stuff over in Arlington.
They delete. We'll talk.
I'll get into that. Anyways, we'll troll the timeline up next. We'll be right back.
If can't no weak ass motherfucking clown ass motherfucking nigga bring you the fuck down, make some motherfucking noise, cause you niggas is so fucking weak. Y'all got the audacity to be intimidated by a bad motherfucking queen and get your motherfucking feelings hurt. But it's old motherfucking K, cause Barack needed a Michelle, bitch, and Bill needed a motherfucking Hillary, bitch. You better pray to God you don't get stuck with a motherfucking Melania. You niggas want brainless bitches to stroke your motherfucking ego? Well, fuck you, nigga.
I'm going to try to say this. My God, I'm going to try to say this shit without going the fuck off. Let me get this motherfucking shit straight. The United States of America
wants to give our motherfucking FAA and telecommunications over to a goddamn drug addict. It is not enough that y'all gave our health over to a man with half a fucking brain. You put a fucking felon into office. We got a woman that don't even know what idea is at the Department of Education. Y'all got these motherfucking crazy ass people over our country, and y'all want to give our telecommunications and FAA over to a motherfucking drug addict where at any moment he can spaz the fuck out because he done lost the pill, he can't find his meds, and he'll hit the wrong motherfucking button. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? How is any of this shit fucking normal? What in the natural fuck is wrong with you motherfuckers that think giving our shit over to a goddamn drug addict is going to fix anything? What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Time to troll.
It's time to troll that timeline. So, entertainment wise, I've looked at nothing. Anything that pops up on my TV is always that orange herd. So I'm gonna try to sift through this now. Miss Lyric, I just sent you over. Did you see that story of that New York City man that ate the rat off the sidewalk?
No.
As people watched. According to TMZ, New York City, well known for its large rat population, and most people that live there run away from them. That's not the case with this one man who actually enjoys feasting on them. This video shows this man. Okay, so I'm watching this right now. This man is literally peeling this rat back like a piece of fried chicken in the middle of daylight as people walk by. Wow. Do you see this? I see you looking at it. Did you click on the video?
I'm looking.
Okay, so it's unnerving. Like I said, y'all got to go look at it on TMZ, but an eyewitness shot the footage on yesterday, and there's a play-by-play as the man dissects the rat in front of passengers before eating a portion of it. In fact, when the guy raises the rodent to his mouth and sinks his teeth into it, the people around are like gasping and stuff. I kind of wanted to leave this for news to make you nauseous, but it's just the fact.
I'm not watching this. I'm not watching this shit.
I saw your eyes. I saw your eyes.
No, not watching that.
Because, okay. Wow. I'm just going to say, wow. I mean, because you hear of stories of people going through struggles like this, and I'm trying to come at it from an empathetic, kind of lens, because it's sad that we live in a world where there's like plenty for everybody, but his circumstances leaves him to that. But the other side of me just says, this is fucking disgusting. Yuck.
I don't like that. I don't like that for him. I'm so disgusted. Ew.
Oh, did you?
About DDG terrorizing Halle
Bailey
on the internet, acting like he can't see his son.
Thanks.
Again, why are you making these posts? Why are you being such a narcissist that somebody had went back and did it? Is this you? And normally I don't get into that, but for this particular one, I love me a good "is this you" moment. So he got his black ass on the internet and said that he found out that his son was walking with the rest of us. There were posts.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Somebody said, "Oh yeah, that's what you said? I'll be right back," and posted a video of around that time of him saying, "She sent me the video of him walking before everybody else seen it because I wasn't around, but yeah, I'm happy about that." Is this you? Why you keep lying? Trying to make it seem like she's this bad parent and doing all this and trying to keep that child away from you. And come on, bro.
He another butthurt dude, in my opinion, because it's like, it seems to me, this is the same person. He was praised so high on the internet for being an active father, and people like me really wanted to see that. We wanted to see that for the younger generation and such. But now he's using that same fame and that same audience, I guess, and turn it against Hallie, and that's where you get weird, because it's like this weird, like, well, I mean, yeah, they like me for this, so I'm going to use this to get back at you. And go to therapy, do something, hug a bear, do I don't know.
That's it right there.
Yeah. Have you heard of Pichu is the name? The YouTuber?
Who?
His name is Pichu is the name. That's what he goes by on YouTube. So he's known for like creating a variety of content focused primarily on gaming, like lifestyle commentary. He got popularity for his engaging personality. He's fun. He's funny. He often shares gameplay experiences, reaction videos, challenges, yada, yada, yada. If you're not in the gaming community, you probably wouldn't have heard of him. But for those of you that are, sad news, he's dead at 26. He was found in a mailroom. So, of course, I don't know. The online, they're saying Philip Inawali, that was his name. He's found dead on Friday in a mailroom, according to the Los Angeles County coroner. Details are quite sparse at the moment, but we know the coroner's investigation is ongoing. Yep. TMZ spoke with his family member on Saturday, and she confirmed that he died early Friday night, and asked basically that everybody please respect the family's privacy as they grieve. Just the standard. Hey, chill out. We're going through a rough time right now. Relax. So I was actually kind of shocked because I had just gotten into his videos. Young brother, he plays a lot of games. Actually told me how to cheat on something, and I'm not going to say what it is because I haven't used that cheat yet. So, but yeah.
Okay, let's see. Okay, Auntie Maxine Waters says that she's worried President Donald Trump is close to creating a civil war.
Auntie's a little behind on the times, ain't she? Because I've been saying this since he ran for president. I was like, ooh, seems like a bad idea, girl. Maybe we shouldn't. And the rest of America was like, yes, that. Give me more. Another 4 years.
She made this statement during an annual retreat for the House Democrats and delivered these remarks regarding the president and his latest initiatives during a news conference with the Congressional Black Caucus. She addressed his latest endeavors, including policy-adjusted executive orders, mass firings under Elon Musk, and the Department of Government Efficiency, referring to Trump's previous remarks about the re-election and violence that took place at the White House on January 6. She stated, "I think perhaps it is about gathering the power and bringing us to our knees so that when he changes America with his vision, that we will beg for crumbs."
But it's honestly what he's trying to do.
Yep.
The means that they're trying to make this happen it's appalling, but it's just, oh my God, it's so creepy. I see how people with conspiracy theories, I see how they get down those rabbit holes with the way that people are acting right now. Like if we were going based on facts like we should be going, none of this would even be happening. Oh, baby. Speaking of people I don't like, Kanye West dropped a new song apparently featuring Diddy and featuring Nora. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to promo the song or even tell y'all anything about it. I did not click play. None of that. Even if it came out, I don't know. What I do know is that Kanye needs to go. Snoop, Nelly, Boys to Men, all of these celebrities, it's like one after another. They just keep just flinging that racist closet door wide open.
I'm not shocked by that. I'm more shocked that it took them so long to actually say how they feel, if that makes any sense. Nothing shocks me anymore.
Kanye lost me way back there.
That nigga ain't been right since his mama died.
I don't know why people keep trying to put that on his mom. I think your thing is on mute there.
He hasn't been. He has lost his mind since his mom has passed. She was the only one with sense who could get through to him. He's made bad decisions and bad decisions and bad decisions since she died. And I feel like it's because he feels responsible for her death, because she got that, I don't know if you want to say tummy tuck. I don't know the procedure, but she got some sort of plastic surgery that she ended up dying from. And he ain't been right since then. I'm sorry, he hasn't. Like, for real.
I don't like the fact that he's in the news, because then I feel like, with a pop culture show, not speaking about something in pop culture is doing us, injustice. But I'm going to put this on that list of people that I just don't talk about because I don't care anymore, and just leave it over there, because I can't with anything that Kanye is doing. Then you got your daughter with this alleged person that threw all kinds of wild parties. Let's say that. Whew,
everybody ain't lying. I ain't saying that. Everybody ain't lying.
Anything else that we care? Because nobody's really reporting anything other than political news.
It's something I do want to talk about. Let's talk about how they killed Angie Stone. Okay, let's talk about that.
I did not hear this theory. Let's go.
What? Ain't no theory. No. Ain't no theory.
Wait, what happened?
I didn't research.
What happened?
It never sat right in my spirit. How was she, out of 9 people in that van, the only one who died? It did not make no sense to me at all. They didn't speak on nobody else's injuries. You didn't see no interviews. Like, where was the news interviews? Where was the press conference about anything, any information? How come if she died, where's the picture of the man who hit her? Where's the driver? Where's the investigation? Y'all just chalking it up as an accident? It did not sit right with me, and I found out it didn't sit right with a lot of people. As I did my deep dive, I watched this video. Well, I've watched a couple videos, but I found this one particular video on YouTube. And this man said the same thing as me. How was she the only one who died? He said he kept asking himself that. So he started looking for information about it. And nothing popped up until one day he found this TikTok of this white lady who was very disheveled, had scratches and all types of stuff. She says that morning, her and her daughter were on their way to her daughter's birthday getaway, and she saw one of those little Mack truck joints with their flashes on. So she pulled over to see if she could help, and she noticed the van, a Sprinter van, fucked up. She pulled over and was helping people get out. She said she helped this one lady get out of the car. She said who appeared to be out of it, but she was still alive and breathing. Nobody had called 911 yet. And when she was about to, after making sure this was Angie Stone, of course, was okay, but I guess she didn't know who she was. After making sure that she was okay, she was gonna go call 911 because nobody had done that. She said that she pulled her out of the car and sat her on the side of the road so she could breathe better. Right after she did that, she said she bent over and there was a whoosh that went past her, and she was hit a little bit, and you could tell this is real. She has injuries to match what she's saying. She said all she heard was her daughter screaming from the car. She said when she looked up after being I guess disoriented for a little bit, she said that truck ran that lady over.
Nuh-uh.
Well, I will send it to you. What are you talking about?
You've got to send this to me.
What are you talking about? Yes, ran her over. I said that makes more sense than the story that they tried to tell people. That makes way more sense. And did y'all know that she was going after her record label for not paying her?
No, but the only thing I really know is that she was headed to Baltimore. You know, at the time of her passing, she was headed to Baltimore. That's the only thing that I've really heard them talk about on this story, you know, post-mortem.
She spoke about the record label owing her millions of dollars, and her going after them, trying to get her money. Yeah.
Wow.
Everybody knew this, and everybody act like they scared to speak up, except for one person. That person is, surprisingly, Tyler motherfucking Perry. He laid into them people's ass at her memorial service.
Wow.
And I have the utmost respect for that man.
I'm gonna see if I can pull the audio clip. Is the audio clip available on?
I will send it to you.
I did not know all the things that she was going through. Recently, I found out because I'm not on Instagram. I'm not being hooked and manipulated by an algorithm telling me what to think and how to feel. So I don't see everything. But to think that this woman was in the business for all of these years, and there's a difference between performing because you want to and performing because you have to. All of those years, all of those songs, all of that money that was owed to her, where is it? It's wrong. It is wrong. And I'm tired of seeing us struggle and go through things and work hard and not reap the benefits of what we were supposed to reap. But you got to be careful when you start mistreating people, especially children of God, because the Bible says, touch not my anointed.
So he said what he said. The label owed her money. And let me double back to the YouTube video that I saw. Now, I told you how the white lady posted it on TikTok and did all that. It's gone now. Everybody has asked her where that video is. She responded and said that the family has asked her to remove it out of respect at this time.
Maybe because so many people were going. Okay.
Not done.
Okay. I'm listening.
This is where it gets a little weird for me.
You know, I hate going down these rabbit holes. I'm listening.
But you have to go because people say conspiracy to cover up what's really going on.
Okay. I'm still with you. I'm listening.
Now,
putting my little comfort socks on. I'm nervous and shit. Let me put my little. Sorry. Woo. Let me sit up. Oh.
Now,
all right.
I checked it the day that I saw the video that I sent you from that YouTuber, right?
Okay.
Her TikTok was up and the video was gone, just as people were saying.
Okay.
But something told me to go back.
Okay.
Her TikTok is gone. Her entire TikTok is gone.
Wow.
I find that very strange. Like I said, nobody has investigated this. All we heard was she was dead on a Tuesday and buried on a Saturday. I'm being
literally, that's all I heard.
It happened so quick. I'm like, where's the investigation at? Nobody has said a word. It's giving foul play. It's giving something sinister happened to that lady, and nobody wants to talk about it. And I want to know what the fuck is going on.
Okay, y'all.
Really
you know what? I might actually. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna. Okay, after the show, I am going to actually give this a looking into, and maybe we can revisit it next week, or I'll send you a text message and be like, "Girl, whatever."
The math ain't mathing, baby, at all.
All right, that's fine. Before we end this segment, there's one thing I don't know. Oh, it was car. When you mentioned car, this got me to thinking. Singer living in the car. Did you hear about that?
I did, and it's atrocious. I just saw that video last night too. I am so
no, it was Dawn Robinson, right? She's
Dawn Robinson. Who?
She lived
the
in
people
her.
Who don't know who that is.
Okay, so In Vogue's Dawn Robinson reveals that she lived in her car for 3 years. She's a former In Vogue member, and in a recent YouTube video, she said it. Like, when she said it, I was expecting her to like come back with something funny, but she didn't. She kept going. She says that she's been living in her car for nearly 3 years. The singer returned to her channel after 6 months of silence in order to provide fans with a life update. Robinson was relieved after making her shocking revelation about her living arrangements, exclaiming, "Oh my God, I said it, it's out." And when she said that, I was like, oh my God, she's like serious. Before disclosing information about her day-to-day activities, "I have a gym membership and I shower there," she says. "I wouldn't trade any of what I've gone through. I miss my family, but I'm proud of me. I'd rather be on my own right now and see my family when it's time." After various living arrangements didn't work out, Robinson opted for what she calls car life and now resides in Malibu. This is not like, oh my God, poor Dawn. She's living in her car and it's terrible and woe is me, she said. "I'm learning about who I am as a woman." She says she does not want us to feel sorry for her. She doesn't want the poor Dons and otherwise. You know what? People go through different things and people need different forms of reprieve. Maybe sometimes you do have to lose it all in order to build it back up. You know, what your former image was to build up something new.
Yeah, but she had like a shitty ass manager though, like that was promising her a whole apartment. And
most of those 90s people had shitty managers. They really did.
This is giving like he wanted to be a sugar daddy or something. Like he wanted to just put you up and know where your whereabouts, because why wasn't he booking you shows? Why wasn't he talking to people to get you some money? It's weird. It's weird. I don't think the person that she was dealing with really was as connected as he said he was. And it turned into the situation where he didn't know what to do. So he just kept her in a hotel for as long as he could afford it. And it's just wild.
You know, she says, "Don't feel sorry for me. I don't want to feel sorry for her." But at the same time, that is dangerous. Even more so, adding all of the factors of all the fuck shit happening in the world right now in real time. So while I don't feel sorry for her, I do, wish safety on her, while she goes through whatever it is that she needs to get through.
Well, I don't feel sorry for her, but I sympathize and I empathize of her situation. And I just wish that these so-called industry friends that she had would have not necessarily helped her, because it seems to me that she's not willing to accept help from people. She wants to get it out the mud in her own way, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But why ain't nobody like advise her or help her as far as advice or connections, like with better people?
Wow.
That's why I don't want to get into the industry, because it seems like as soon as, well, that's every day, but as soon as you're on top, everybody around you, things is going great, this, that, and the third, but let you hit rock bottom or go through a little something, and those same people start doing the disappearing acts. And she was in an iconic, legendary girl group. Like, it really was. Are you serious? Where's her
changed my life? And you know what? I've seen the rally for support. I've seen people online. I've seen GoFundMe's. Her ex-husband offers her a job. Was that a good thing? I'm sorry. I just saw the headline that he offered her a job. I don't know if it was shade, but depending on where I saw it, I saw a YouTube thing. So,
their relationship,
but I have seen shade. Right, but I have seen a lot of people, but I've also seen y'all now. Ain't nobody said her name in forever. Now all of a sudden there's all these YouTube clips on videos talking about Dawn Robinson's tragic life story, money issues, yada yada yada, sensationalizing off this woman's pain. So those are the kinds of things that I be talking about when I say I feel sorry for that situation, because of course once you say it, this is the ripple effect of everything else that goes on. So keep your head up, mama. You entertained us, you uplifted us, and we're wishing you well. So.
Absolutely.
All righty, you done? You got anything else?
Yeah, I didn't really care about nothing else, to be honest with you.
All right then, up next, Unseasoned Behavior. Be right back.
You know what I'm tired of? Black Trump supporters getting on people's lives, lying their ass off, trying to explain why they voted for Trump. Oh, it was this policy. Oh, look at the Democrat. Stop fucking lying. Black people that voted for Trump voted mainly for two fucking reasons. And these are the biggest reasons that majority, I'm going to say 99% of the Trump supporters voted for the two reasons. They hate trans and gay people, and they hate illegal immigrants. Them the only two fucking reasons that they voted for. Especially the gays and trans, that's number one. That's why most of the black people voted for him. It ain't had shit to do with policy. And then you got the other black Trump supporters. We on the Democrat plantation. It's time to switch sides. The fucking idiots want to switch sides at the worst possible time. Those are just the knuckleheads. The fucking people that, Jesus ain't real, the white man Jesus, and all that stupid ass goofy people. They really fucking irritate me. That's why I don't even let them on my fucking live. Y'all just disregard all the motherfucking hateful shit. Fuck that. He don't give a fuck if you going back to the 1950s. As long as ain't no illegal immigrants there or trans people, we cool. Fucking idiots.
Marcus has your glimpse into a world without seasoning.
So y'all's orange leader posted the following this week on his social media platforms. He said, to Republicans, conservatives, and all great Americans, Elon Musk is, quote, putting it on the line, end quote, in order to help our nation. And he is doing a fantastic job, exclamation point. But the radical left lunatics, as they often do, are trying to illegally and collusively boycott Tesla, one of the world's great automakers, and Elon's baby, in order to attack and do harm to Elon and everything he stands for. They tried to do it to me at the 2024 presidential ballot box, but how did that work out? In any event, I'm going to buy a brand new Tesla tomorrow morning as a show of confidence and support for Elon Musk, a truly great American. Why should he be punished for making his tremendous skills to work in order to make America great again? That is what he posted. So, a couple of things here. First off, there's no such thing as an illegal boycott. There are collusive boycotts. That's why they're called boycotts. But as far as an illegal boycott, that is not a thing. I have since this week heard different stories about Congress members. I've heard different stories about elected officials. I've seen all of this talk and all of this focus on Elon Musk, these ugly ass Teslas, and now that he's trying to declare it a act of terrorism if the the Teslas that they are not only boycotting, but some people have taken to the car dealerships to do damage to these vehicles. They've spray painted them. Some have set some ablaze. I've heard rumors of them being blown up. Nobody likes Tesla right now. Canada then put a 100-something% tariff on top of all of that. Well, it's strange first, but it's also very understandable because Elon fucking this government up.
Indeed.
The problem for all of this for me is we keep dancing around all of the clues that would lead us to a conclusion that Elon bought this presidency. We keep dancing around it. Our very own president turned the White House lawn to a car showroom for this motherfucker. Stood right there on national TV talking about, you know, it's computers just everywhere. It's computers. And these he called them Teslers. This presidency is a joke. This is laughable. How are we here? How is this life? What? You are selling cars on our White House front lawn on national TV while you threaten our allies with weird ass, pointless, meaningless tariff wars, and nobody's stopping you. It's the Lulu at this point. This needs to be a diagnosis.
Mm-hmm.
How are we here?
Stupid people, ill-informed people, ignorant people. I mean, I have a list.
I mean, I don't know what else. I wake up every morning to what kind of I grab my phone reluctantly now. I used to grab my phone and be like, ooh, I can't wait to see what's happening in the world. And now I look at my phone and I'm like, ooh, I can wait to see what's happening in the world. So, and it's all as a result of this man. This has to be a diagnosis at this point. This is mass hysteria. It's crazy. Every single day. And nobody wants to say the thing. Nobody's like, hey, so anybody else think maybe Elon threw some dollars to make this presidency happen? Because I mean, all of these fake news stories and all of this misinformation seems to be coming out of Elon's camp. Out of X and Twitter and Zuckerberg. You end up fact checking? Kind of strange. Anybody else think maybe we should look in that? Like, why are we here? How is this not on somebody's courtroom desk right now as the rest of us laugh and point on TV? Wi-Fi's up next.
We have some news right now. Arlington National Cemetery has stripped content on Black and female veterans from its website. Yes, this is real. This is part of the Trump administration's anti-DEI push. So Arlington National Cemetery has a notable graves section on its website. And according to the Washington Post and others, overnight, links to dozens of Black, Hispanic, and female veterans were removed. One such veteran was Hector Santa Anna, a World War II bomber pilot and career military leader who had been called a hero of the war. The website further no longer lists African American history, Hispanic American history, and women's history. Now, this comes just weeks after the Air Force had to reinstate a training course with the Tuskegee Airmen after originally no longer teaching that course because of anti-DEI policy executives from members of the Department of Defense. I'll do a full breakdown of this and more on my Substack. It's at the top of the link tree in my bio. Click the link tree, then click the Substack and subscribe for free. Follow along to stay up to date on all the news you need to know about. More to come soon.
Donald Trump is trying to erase the graves of Black, Hispanic, and women veterans at the Arlington National Cemetery. Task and Purpose reports that the website for Arlington National Cemetery has unpublished links in lists of notable graves, walking tours, and educational materials pointing to Black, Hispanic, and women veterans, as well as Medal of Honor winners. Arlington National Cemetery in Northern Virginia is our most famous national cemetery, housing 400,000 graves of U.S. service members dating back to the Civil War. It includes 2 presidents and more than 400 Medal of Honor recipients. But according to Task and Purpose, in recent weeks, the website has scrubbed dozens of pages on grave sites and education materials pertaining to the histories of prominent Black, Hispanic, and female service members buried in the cemetery, along with educational materials on dozens of Medal of Honor recipients. Cemetery officials confirmed to Task and Purpose that the pages were unpublished to meet recent orders by Donald Trump and his Secretary of Defense.
Why do you have roaches?
The why file.
Why do my children hate me?
On WRTR Real Talk Radio.
Why did my vagina burn?
The truth is out there.
Explaining the unexplained. We are answering why to the questions you want to know by taking your skeets over on Blue Sky at WRTR Radio. We take your emails at WRTRradio@gmail.com. And this is the Y-Files. Remember, the truth is out there. Miss Lyric, you are rubbing your hands together.
Birdman style. Because my Y comes from me.
Mm-hmm.
Why do people have selective amnesia? Is what I want to know. Why people forget that they didn't ask you to do this, that, and the third for them. And then when it's time to reciprocate, they somehow forget. Or they act like you ain't never did nothing for them. Why? Is what I want to know.
Anything in particular? Any insight on this situation, or you're just gonna leave it there?
I'm gonna leave it there because people who know.
Because you could be talking about political, you could be talking about anything.
I'm talking about personal. I'm personal.
I'm just saying this could be political too, if you think about it.
No, it ain't political.
Okay,
it's personal. And if they're listening, you know who I'm talking about.
Oh.
You know who I'm talking to. Yeah, you. Nigga. Like, it's baffling to me how...
Oh, she's not talking to me, y'all.
People, no, it's not him.
Oh, no.
It's baffling to me how people will reach out for help or reach out for to get your advice about something, reach out for your time, reach out for your money, but let you have a situation that you got to get off. Oh, girl, I'm busy. Oh, I'm busy. I can't talk to you right now. This, that, and the time, and this, that, and the third. Oh, can I borrow $15 even though you just lent them out $100? Oh, girl, you know what? All these excuses. And y'all better stop treating people like that. You better stop treating people like that, because guess what? You can be totally cut off, and that's where I'm at with it. Don't ask me for my time. Don't ask me for my money. Don't ask me for my assistance. I'm going to start utilizing the word no. Too many burnt bridges. Too many burnt bridges. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody got time for that. Why? Because the truth is out there. Bitch.
Well, now mine seems funky. I don't even want to say mine now. Okay, well, I guess we could just wrap that up right there.
Nope. Say yours.
Well, okay, this is from Lewis from Dallas. He says, why aren't major media outlets talking about a plane crash right here in North Carolina a few days ago? And my extended answer is because news outlets are being attacked right now by everything that this administration is putting on them. And because their actual jobs and their actual day-to-day operations are threatened, a lot of news stories right now are geared at exposing this administration for what it is, because that is what the news is for. And although a lot of us may, flip past it as we're on, our TVs, or not click on the news stories or otherwise, the news is essential to all of us. It keeps us in the know about the things that need to like the CDC. They're not, even though they have a website, they don't then have an official show that, has the audience that the news does. So the news cherry picks the most important stories, typically, that affect the average day-to-day lives of the masses, and put them on a platform. Now, it's a common platform that a lot more people digest. That is what the news is for. So right now, they are specifically being attacked. And I only bring this up because it's only a matter of time before it heads to little small publications and broadcasts, even like ours. It's only a matter of time before we get some kind of a letter talking about what we can and can't say, or all of our videos or all of our podcasts or whatever have some kind of a restriction as a result of something we have said. That's why I've added a disclaimer in the beginning of this show, because this administration, even though you protect yourself, and even though everybody knows that this is a comedy show and we just have fun dissecting the news, these bigger outlets are being targeted. And just like we will, and if at some point, like, we can just not do this and the rest of y'all will go on about your lives. But if the news stops doing what they do, then a lot of people, like we saw it with COVID, the news was not reporting the things that they should have. So I would say this is what I do to do my part. I repost the stories that are important to me. I repost them in stories. I send them to the people that I, know that follow this stuff, and the people that I want to protect of certain things. That is how you get the information out. This is old school. This ain't just about you relying on, your timeline to feed you the most important stuff, and then you just kind of stay in the know, because the timelines are manipulated also. So I don't know. Did that answer his question? I mean, he wanted to know why they ain't talking about the people in North Carolina. So There you go. Planes are still falling out the sky, y'all. Duck and cover. Get in the basement, like I told Lyric. Shit. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't. Why? Because the truth is out there.
Absolutely.
And up there. Duh. Wraps it up for this week's Y-Files. You know the links. News to make you nauseous. Up next.
It's time to speak up. Well, it appears the joke's on me. It appears I have been the biggest fool alive. You see, before the last couple of days, I knew that there was a segment of MAGA who just hated, who just wanted to burn the world down, and they don't care who they hurt. In the meantime, I knew there was that section, but I really, really thought that most of MAGA just didn't get it. I really thought they just didn't understand. They didn't understand economics because it's complicated. They hadn't studied Project 2025, so they didn't know what was coming. But I really thought when he got in there and started doing the things that hurt so many people, that they would realize and that they would. But they don't care. Y'all have been telling me this for 2 months, and I kept saying, no, we just have to explain it to them. We just have. Now, I know there are a few, and I thank you guys. You make it worth sticking with this. But over the last couple of days, I have realized that the majority of Republicans do not care how many people are hurt. And they are exactly what Palpatine said. They're the ones he was talking about when he said he could unalive someone in public and they would still vote for him. I thought they just wanted lower egg prices. I thought they were struggling in the economy and it was hard and they wanted their lives to be easier, and they listened to that. And that's why they voted for him. But they don't care. They literally don't care how many other people in this world are hurt. See, the difference is I'm willing to pay more for my eggs. If it means no one in my country goes hungry tonight, I am willing to pay more for my eggs. If it means everybody can have an egg. But they really don't care. And I am heartbroken that so many in my country don't care. That so many won't go love their neighbor. But I want to thank those of you who are. You're the ones keeping me going. Go love your neighbor.
And now, say what? News to make you nauseous on WRTR Real Talk Radio. Let's go.
Okie doke, these are some of the stories you might not read about in any of the New York Times, the Washington Post, or the Wall Street Journal articles. This is news to make you nauseous. So this one does not necessarily make me nauseous, but I know I know a few gays that are going to be nauseous when they read about this or hear about this. Say what, FDA?
Say what?
The FDA has taken action against a popular recreational substance known as poppers, which are often associated with the LGBTQ plus nightlife and party scene. Poppers are a type of. Do you know what wait?
We had a conversation about this. Please proceed.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna deviate from the story for a second. So you know what poppers are, right?
Yes.
Okay. So for those of y'all that don't know, it's a type of nitrate commonly used for the euphoric effects, muscle relaxation, and enhancement of sexual experiences. They're typically inhaled from small bottles, and their use has been prevalent in clubs and parties, especially within the gay community for decades. The FDA's crackdown stems from concerns over the safety and legality of these products, which are often marketed as, quote, room deodorizers or, quote, cleaning products to bypass regulations. However, many users are aware of their intended purpose for recreational use. Poppers can induce a quick rush of euphoria and heightened sensations, making them popular during parties and intimate encounters. Despite their popularity, the FDA's actions highlight the potential health risk associated with poppers, including potential side effects like headaches, drops in blood pressure, and interactions with other medications. The agency's move aims to ensure consumer safety and regulate substances that could pose health risks. So, I figured that a lot of people are, once they start seeing poppers disappear off of the shelves of their favorite sex shops, they might be a little upset because, again, it's widely used with the gays because of its muscle relaxing capabilities. Use your imagination with that.
So you sniff it. It don't go up your nose?
No. So I've personally smelled poppers because I wanted to know what it smelled like. And that is the extent I've done anything with any kind of poppers. But God, that just took me to a bad mental place. What was your question again? No.
How does it go?
Okay, so they take. Okay, so it's like
you just sniff it and then you like.
Yeah. So just like people be taking bumps at your favorite nightclub, that's what they do with poppers.
So it actually goes in your nose.
They'll twist off the bottle, but because it's so potent, it has that like aroma. So they'll put it like over their nose and like one of their nostrils and sniff it in. Yeah, it gives them that rush of euphoria. It intensifies the sexual moment for a lot of people.
Is it it's a liquid that they sniff up?
A lot of people compare it to nail polish remover. It smells a lot like that.
I got you.
Because of the, that direct contact, I guess, in such close proximity with your brain, it does all that and it relaxes your muscles. So you see a lot of people that like a little more wild than mild doing the most with their bodies. And these products are pretty much essential in order to give them that experience that they want to be wide as all outside. Don't know why. No judgment. Just observation.
Now, are these used only by gay men or do women use them too?
I have not been with women to be able to tell you. So
I want to know. I want to know. If any of y'all want to respond to my question, please send the answer.
WRTRradio@gmail.com, because I've been in this life for 45 years, but I have not lived a lot of the experiences some of y'all have. So, hey, hip us to what we don't know.
I want to know.
I do, but it's nauseating because I don't know. If it's giving people headaches, I guess I see it. But have you really heard of? I guess I gotta look it up. If we've heard of any death by poppers, right?
Anybody got sent to the upper room?
If they got sent to the upper room, poppers was only one of the factors that was taking place at that time. From my experience, I can say. You was doing a little something reckless down there, and Okay. What you got?
Well, say what, Houston?
Say what?
Texas? What Houston got going on?
A Houston embalmer is arrested.
You said a Houston embalmer? Like they be putting the chemicals in the dead niggas?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. A Houston embalmer has been arrested after cutting off the genitals of a deceased sex offender and placing it in his mouth.
Wow.
Amber Page Laudermilk, 34, was working.
Slaughtermilk was his last name?
Laudermilk. This is her name. Amber Page Laudermilk. Age 34, was working at Memorial Mortuary and Crematory when she allegedly castrated the body of Charles Roy Rodriguez, age 58, in February. According to Harris County Precinct 1 Constable Alan Rosen. Rodriguez, who was convicted of sexual assault in 2001, died of natural causes in a Houston hospital in January. Charging documents state that the two mortuary employees witnessed the incident. One saw Laudermilk stab Rodriguez twice in the groin before severing his penis and placing it in his mouth. She then allegedly warned the witness, an embalming student, not to speak about what happened. A second witness later noticed the body had been disfigured and questioned Laudermilk, who reportedly responded that Rodriguez had a lot going on with him. Laudermilk turned herself in on Tuesday and remains in custody at Harris County Jail on a $5,000 bond. The funeral home and Laudermilk have not commented on the allegations.
Well, I mean, what could you say at that point? I mean, sorry for your loss seems kind of humorous, but see what I did there? Never mind. No, but it's only it's not comical because that is somebody's deceased relative's body. But I mean, he wasn't around to feel it. I guess I'm gonna just leave.
I feel
alone.
like that
I was trying. I was doing too much. I hate it.
I feel like he did something to somebody that she knew. Like
that's what I'm saying.
You probably raped her niece or her nephew or somebody that she knew, and you just so called happened to be in her care. And
okay,
if she's dead, alive, so she got you in death. That's what it's giving.
So you won. Because now your life, your living consequences that you actually have to deal with are now going like that's your story now. Yeah. That's what you have to deal with now. And his death, he doesn't have to deal with any of that. The fact that his dick was in his mouth, he doesn't feel that. He doesn't know that. He didn't even have to take poppers in order for it to happen. So like, girl, I don't know what you did here. I don't know why we're even doing this. Like, I get it. Maybe it triggered you. Maybe you had a whole lot going on. Like, you obviously did. But you yourself the rest of your life consequences behind some fuck shit getting revenge on somebody that literally is dead. That's your dumb ass bad. Don't feel sorry for you, sis. I mean, I don't.
But the twist is a lot of people are donating to her to bail her out. A lot of people are siding with her.
I mean, okay, but again, you defiled the body of somebody that does not exist, which is illegal. Mm-hmm. That's dumb. That's stupid as fuck. Like, I get the whole, oh yeah, you die, I'm gonna go piss on your grave. That kind of mentality, I get that. But the actual fact that if you get your black ass caught straddled somebody's grave and peeing, they gonna arrest you.
Yeah.
That is what therapy is for, people. That's so you don't walk around cutting off genitals of people, sticking them in their mouth and going, ha ha ha, I gotcha. Like, what?
And she do not look like she feels an inch.
I didn't see what you did there. If you want these and more nauseating news stories, make sure you follow us over on Blue Sky at WRTR Radio. Skeeton over on Blue Sky at MARCUSSMOOT. That is Marcus Smoot with my genitals intact because I'm alive and I ain't do no fuck shit to nobody. So yeah.
And I am on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and Lyric Bravado.
Yeah.
So you can find me.
All right, Miss Lyric, what you got for Real Talk this week? Because we started a little early. Well, we're late, but then we're early for today, so I ain't picked one. What you got?
So, I wanted to talk about something interesting.
What?
That has come up this week. But I'm not going to tell them until we get back. So.
All right. Fine. Y'all listen to this. We'll be back.
So Columbia is revoking degrees. You revoked 22 degrees of students that had graduated just because they protested. For real? Y'all really wanted that federal funding, huh? Well, we don't want to hurt Widow Thing One's feelings. Why are y'all scared of this dude? Well, he's making rules, okay? The fuck? I'm not listening to him. Not sure if you guys are aware, but in terms of Project 2025 and all of that other stuff, if we lose, we pretty much gone anyway. So, the way I see it, we have nothing to lose. Well, you better listen to him. Who gonna make me? Who? I'm sorry, he doesn't impress me. I'm not scared of him. I'm not scared of the people around him. Only weaklings follow other weaklings. So, whatever. Someone that intentionally fucks up a system that was designed for them to win anyway, but apparently they're not winning enough, so they have to go and do that, tells me that they're weak. Now, you gonna do anything relevant, bro? Because if not, you can get the fuck off my television screen. There's other things to watch.
My name is Dwayne Arthur Jones. Today's word is accountability. Own it. The word has so much leadership. Take responsibility for who you are and who you want to be. I live for this word. It's who I am. I do not wish to ever accredit people with my success and my failure. I want to take ownership of how I succeed and how I fail, because that's how I'm going to learn. So I encourage you to be accountable for who you are. Take accountability for your experience, for how you treat people, for how you react to people. Don't just to take credit for making people smile. Take credit for making people frown. My name is Dwayne Arthur Jones. Follow me.
Keeping it 100. It's Real Talk. On WRTR, Real Talk Radio. We keep it real.
All right. So I came across this story about this young girl. She made a TikTok.
Okay.
She was in Hawaii on family vacation with her dad, her mom, her siblings, and a couple of extended family. They went to Hawaii.
Okay.
Now,
she was about to talk about the girl with the wombat.
She was outside. Her dad was outside with his phone, on his phone.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And she noticed on his phone he was on Tinder.
Oh.
So, she creates an account, sets the settings to around her dad's age, and finds his Tinder account. He's been married to her mother for 20 years.
What?
20 years.
Oh my God.
What she does next immediately goes to her mom. Shows her the Tinder profile.
Okay.
Her mom and dad get into it.
Of
but
course.
She's recording the whole thing. On her TikTok. The destruction of her family.
Oh, what
she's
the
documenting.
Fuck?
She's documenting from her catching him on his phone.
Wait, this is a series.
This is real.
Of TikTok
this
videos.
is a real thing.
No. I'm talking about like this is a series of TikTok videos.
No, it's not a series. It's the same video.
Okay, so she just started this, and like we're watching this. This wasn't like a culmination of something that she was doing.
Same day.
We saw this in real time. Oh,
same day delivery. Wow. How Amazon do it? Same day delivery.
I'm there. Okay. You're painting the picture. Gotcha. Go ahead.
So she tells her mom.
Mm-hmm.
She starts recording.
All right.
Her mom asking her father, "What the fuck is going on? I seen it. Yeah, good."
Okay.
The father is gaslighting the shit out of the mother. I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy. This, that, and the third. But the daughter already showed the mom, so she's seen it with her own eyes. The next clip is of the dad leaving, packing up his suitcase and putting his suitcase into a taxi or a Lyft or Uber and fucking leaving.
And this ain't one of them corny ass videos where they you can tell they acting.
No, baby. No. I know a woman's pain when I hear it in her voice. Okay. That mom was on 10.
Okay.
That mom was on 10. She was what the fuck is going on? Like, yeah, she was going.
Are these black people?
These are white people.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, that don't seem like some... Okay.
I want to ask the question.
Was she
do
wrong?
You feel as though the daughter did too much?
Yeah.
Do you feel as though she should have, one, said something to her mom? Do you feel that she was right, two, for recording it? And how would you have presented this if you were in this situation?
Okay, you know what? I jumped out there. Okay. You want to go first or me?
Nope.
Because I jumped out there. Okay. If it were me in that situation, do I think okay, let me start with, do I think she's wrong? I said initially, yes, she's wrong. Why did the rest of us have to be involved? That's kind of where I land with that. But then also, a part of me that, let's just say, can relate, kind of goes, but what if she felt like, if my mama gonna fall apart or whatever from this situation, and I shared this, maybe that can get us some ducats to be able to hold ourselves up. It's like, was she thinking that far ahead in the things that, like, okay, well, I need a quick way to make a lot of money. So who wouldn't want to hear about this? Let me just put it out there. So I don't know. I see both sides. Like, in some ways, initially, I will jump to the stance of why we got to be involved. Because, I mean, I don't personally know you, nor do I really want to see the destruction of your family, but I do realize that there's a very large population that does. And not necessarily know her, but want to watch that kind of destruction happen. We see it every single day. We see it on our reality TV. We see it everywhere. So I can see how she would, I guess it comes from, my answer would change depending on where the desire to do that came from. Like, if it came from a place of protection, like, we gonna need money to get away from this crazy ass mofo, then okay, then I can see that. But if it comes from the lens of, hey, I want everybody to see how much my daddy cheated on my mommy because, of all these things. Like, if it came from a place of malice, then it's a little bit more muddy for me. If any of that made sense.
Well,
guess not. It's fine.
The comments were in shambles.
I do not read comments.
I do, because I like to get a idea of what other people's mind frame is at when they see things like this.
Yeah, but you are always.
What I didn't like is a lot of people were blaming her. I saw a lot of comments along the lines of, you just destroyed your family. You should be proud of yourself, and things like that. Here's the thing. It's very misplaced, and I feel the same way as you. I don't feel like she should have used that situation for her personal content, because as far as I'm concerned, yes, that's your parents, but that was your mom and your dad's relationship. And now your mom has to deal with her embarrassment on the internet forever. And a lot of people, a lot of people don't think about that. Like, she, and then, people share. Each time it's shared and she sees it, she has to relive that moment again. I think it's unfair to her mom. I don't think that it was any of our business. Do I feel as though she should have told her mom? Yes, I do. Do I feel as though she is the cause of her of the destruction of their family? No, I do not. It's very misplaced. And people, you guys get on my nerves. First of all, he was married to that woman for 20 years. He's the one who made the conscious decision to put himself out there and make himself to appear to be a single and to be looking for interest in others, knowing that he was a married man. He's the one who made that decision. He's the one who stepped out on the mom. He is the one who is to blame, not the daughter for revealing what happened. A lot of y'all just be saying stuff.
And a lot of y'all, you said this is white people, so a lot of y'all voted for Trump. Y'all don't make good decisions anyways. That's paramount right at this point. So don't be picking this girl apart. First off, how old was this girl again, you said?
I think she was in her 20s. I'm not sure.
20s? I thought she was talking about like some... Okay. I thought she was talking about like some young... I mean, 20 is young, but I'm talking about like, preteen or at least teen era.
No.
Okay. So...
But still...
I still don't think that we should be picking her apart. Maybe for her decision to put that online, maybe, but not for the blame of this relationship falling apart. First off, y'all got to get over whatever that is. People just break up. That shit just happens. I mean, and marriage or not, if the shit don't work, it don't fucking work. So I don't understand why we have this, oh my God, their relationship is torn apart. It's because of you. First off, it's not because of her, because she's not the one out there fucking other people. But why we had to be involved, just like what Lyric said, I didn't even think about the lady that has to relive that stuff over and over again the rest of her life. You don't think about it. But I get it. I mean, again, like I said, this comes from the same demographic of folks that thought Trump was a good idea a second time. So
I want to know.
That what y'all will.
I want y'all who are listening to send in whether you would tell your parent or not and why.
WRTR radio@gmail.com.
Please,
I want to know.
I want to know. I want to know the tea. Would you tell your mom? Would you tell your dad if you caught either parent slipping? How you carrying it? What words will be said? Are y'all gonna be the type of children to try to blackmail that parent?
Wait.
Or y'all just gonna keep it a buck and just tell the other parent? No, I'm being real because you got some of them people who would do that.
Oh, I guess you have to think about them too. Good God. Yikes.
Yep. And I want to know, so send me that, please.
Yes.
And we
I'm
will
curious also. I kind of want to know. Yeah. Because y'all a little ratchet sometimes. I want to know what you're thinking.
I want to know
good
the
one. Good one. Touche, Miss Lyric. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. So I guess that wraps up another wonderful week here in this wonderful US of A that we are just making great again by every leap and bound. People's rights just being snatched away one by one. We cherry pick which truths we're going to, actually believe and promote. And then, everything else, fuck it, because that's what we do. But you know what? Again, black people, chill out. He even talking about, I'd have played the audio throughout the show of where he's talking about going into the cemeteries and erasing the graves of women and minorities that have served. Don't fall for it. He's doing it to bait you so that he can stay in office and not face his day. Keep that in mind, y'all. You got anything to say to the people before we get out of here?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Nat, be courteous to others with your bodily functions.
Who farting on you?
Nobody. Okay. But this is to the people who, in the warmer months, tend to not want to wash their ass.
Oh, no.
Making everybody else deal with the consequences of it.
Oh, it's going to be running around. Trump is president.
Not dealing with that this year.
It's going to be boo-boo stains on jeans now. Listen.
As the weather changes, be consistent and mindful of your personal hygiene. And stop using cheap sprays to cover up your funk.
Not the all-body deodorant.
I smelled somebody yesterday.
While
I was out. No. And I was like, I know you fucking lying. It smelled like moldy clothes with Febreze and perfume on top, and that's not it. What's wrong with y'all? Yeah, absolutely not. We're not doing that this fucking summer, this spring. We're not doing that.
Listen, if it's March and it's still cold outside, didn't you just say the wind was blowing up against your window?
Yeah, and blowing funk all up and through my nose.
I'm just saying, if they stinking right now and it's cold,
warm, people get real lackadaisy, and I don't appreciate it. So wash your ass.
2025 about to stink. This whole year just about to stink. Ugh. It's just a funky ass year. All right, y'all. We out of here. Thank you once again for tuning in. We'll holler at y'all next week, next time. I don't know, but next on WRTR Real Talk Radio. Bye.
Bye.
WRTR Real Talk Radio.
This week's show features work from TikTok creators Ashley the Baroness, Rumicella, Chief Jai 22, Jack Blackman 0, Aaron Parnas 1, Today News 119, The.Laughing.Lolly, Doc Drew Studios, and Dwayne Arthur Jones, using our platform to amplify your voices.